we are nowhere near as powerful as we are supposed to be as spiritual beings on this planet. We were, how can I say this? We were systematically downgraded and genetically downgraded over time in terms of genetic strength, actually. And there was some illusion told to us that that we're somehow progressed. But no, we've digressed because spirituality has been taken from us. And in past times, we were so spiritual as a people, even all around the globe. I mean, especially around the time of the first century. Everyone was so mystical and spiritual that, yes, there were people living in low vibrations, but a lot of people were living very high vibrational. There were a lot of yogis walking around. There were a lot of people ascending all the time. But through, vehicles like atheism and vehicles like, naturalism and being like in religion and the downgrade of true spirituality, which is being in touch with spirit, like living as if you are living in a higher dimension, in this dimension, living from your higher self, which is the God self, which, the God self is all knowing and all seeing. It sees all, it knows all. It's omnipresent everywhere. The God is in you. But you have to figure out how to tap into it, and that's like the game. The game is, can you reach to yourself, your higher self, and pull the wisdom, knowledge, and learn from that and apply these things to this world? And when you can do that, when you figure out a way, whether that be through psychedelics, meditation, different transit, like whatever is out there, and trust me, it does work. And the CIA has documented, you got to read the Gateway Project from the CIA. It's documented evidence that this stuff is real. This metaphysical stuff is real. People lifting off the ground. All this stuff we call myth, a lot of it, some of it is I guess, over-exaggerated. But a lot of it was real, like sound vibration, right? Being able to speak and move objects. That stuff was being done. Being able to resist physical pain through the mind, the power of the mind. That stuff was being done. Magic, like destiny, where people were practicing, certain types of magic where they will take their destiny in their own hands, and through magic, through mentalism, through hermetic principles, through all these things will make a thing happen that we call manifestation. So we've been downgraded through religion and naturalism. The two things that are always fighting each other, like Republicans and Democrats, are just two controlled entities. The truth is somewhere in the middle. The truth is really, from my experience with the metaphysical and outside world, I gave up religion, I gave up the other side, and I realized it's right in the middle. And that it's like basically pantheism, that's really it. Like God is all in all. Everything is the all one. And once we understand that, everything changes. There's no higher, real higher deity trying to tell us everything to do in our lives. It's not. We just got to figure it out amongst each other to come to that yin and yang balance and end all this. Now, not to get out of the subject, but it's all about reaching higher self. And once we get to that level of being able to become one with the eternal self through breaking the ego completely. And what I mean by that is like killing that thing you were born with, that you were taught a life and experience, and then learn from the higher realm. Just give up your name. Give it all up and just let it go and see what happens. You will start to become the true you, the you that is actually what's on the outside of the realm, the astral you, the one that can read books and can know things to be able to download into you. See that thing that's been speaking to you that you thought was Jesus was actually you. It's actually a higher mystical version of you that is talking to you, trying to tell you how to get through life. The Romans took it and made this Bible, and they said, we want to have a different entity do that. Once you get it, Once you get that you are God, and you're a high vibrational being, you're just in an avatar that you have to learn in this particular realm. You got to learn that how to operate and manifest in this realm through your higher powers. It's like a video game we're playing. There's a higher you trying to get you to your destiny, and that which is ascending out of here and going beyond into new planes of existence. That's the game. And when we came up with Gnosticism, because yes, I have no shame in saying that I'm a reincarnated person. I lived in a time period. That's why this stuff is so easy to me. You know, like people, like it's hard for people to believe, but I'm mastering shit, and I just started this shit like 8 months ago. You know, and it's not the brag and not the boast, because it just I've been tapping in my higher self. It's been talking to me like, yo, you were this, you were floating in the sky, bro. You were healing people. You were doing this, like the stuff I'm discovering with the sun. I was doing these things before, and I was becoming more powerful. But the slave system that we're in always keeps us dumbed down, because people are in a cycle of not being spiritual. They go one day a week to do something spiritual. That's crazy. All you're doing is, all you're doing every day is waking up in the morning, going to work, eating, sleep, being entertained, and then sleeping over and over, and having your little holidays. That's crazy. You're not even beginning to crack yourself. You can't do it if you're beholden to making money. This is why the way of the scenes was so, we were able to ascend so high so fast, because we learned how to give up the shit and know that there's something greater beyond this realm that you can't even fathom. So I just want to end with that. Say we've lost ourselves, and we have to get back to it. And the way to really do that is through united power. But that's another message for another day. This is Kwame Selassie, Black Hebrew Jesus, here to send a message about you are way more powerful than you think.